Today my topic is I'm just presenting my presentation. You can see or not, just tell me. Yeah? You can see my screen?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay. Today, see, I think Sir has, Anthony Gomes Sir has already discussed about certain ethical values of research people doing research or in the laboratory as well as in the social science field. I don't know what Sir has said because I didn't attend the class. So I am just today want to tell you certain things about what is the moral policies to be followed while we are doing our research. Okay, as a scholar also you can consider, or in future you will also become a mentor, means you will become a guide like us now what we are in. So these principles will make you understand that what are things might go wrong when you are doing your research in your long runway in your scientific field or in your social science field. Okay, so I'll touch upon few points which I think they are few important things for you people to know. Okay, so my topic today is ethics only, in general ethics, because I know some of you are from social science background, so I will not directly go into deep into your science, biological science related. I'll talk including both the social science as well as the uh, your biological science. Together merged points I'll be telling, which will be helpful for both the groups. Okay, so what is ethics? So these are the few pictures I got it for ethics. There are many there. This ethics is a system. It's a system means it's a system within the person itself. Whomever is going to follow, that is called ethics. Okay, that is, they are the principles. Whichever principle you feel that is correct for you, those are ethics for you. Understand? So these ethics are nothing but moral principles which you have in yourself so that you can follow them and make your own decisions when you want to take, think about anything, maybe in your life or in your any process in the life, maybe your studies, maybe your job, maybe your marriage, maybe your relationships, all everything comes under this ethical principles. Okay, why this ethics has to be used? It provides a moral map. Moral map means your own ness, that you will know that what is good or what is bad for you, that it will give a map, but never it will answer you a proper answer, because it has two ways always. I mean, bad and the right, wrong and the right, both the ways are there. So it doesn't give you any time right answer, but you have to choose depending upon your situation where you are standing. You will choose the right answer for your question. Okay, so ethics is the process of questioning. You will question. See, when you are in the middle of something, you will start questioning, is that right for me? I can go for it or I will not go for it. That is, you will question yourself. And discovering, you will discover while choosing a pathway itself, you will discover so many things that you are able to do that one or you are not able to do that one. And defending our values means when you are going in that path of your choose path, that whichever pathway you want to go, there if you face anything, any problem, you will defend yourself with your own values, your own principles, and the purpose for what you are doing. This is called ethics. Okay, so now coming to bioethics. Ethics is there everywhere. Moral principles are there everywhere. Now I'm teaching. This is also a part of my ethics, that what I am teaching, how I'm teaching, what are the slides I made. So all the ethics what I have in me, I have used those things. Okay, same way, ethics is there everywhere. But what I'm going to talk about today is bioethics. Bioethics is application of ethics in the life. Life, it seems, that is, here there is a definition that study of ethical and moral implications of new biology discoveries and biomedical advances. This is for the scientific people, and for the social science people, it is the implication and application of ethical principles in the in the your studies, means social science studies or health related studies, whatever you are carrying out in your research work, that those things. But how these bioethics were evaluated, I'm not going to go into deep thing. Only the main thing is this Belmont report. This was the main guideline framed in 1978, that it gives certain key issues and concerns when you start doing any research. If you want to do any research related to biological, means it may be human beings, animals, plants, anything. So there you have to refer these principles as guidelines for your research work. So what it is actually, it was framed by US National Commission for Protection of Human Subjects of Biomedical and Behavioral Research. See here also they have 2 points. Biomedical means related to the biological research, and behavioral mostly towards the social sciences. So these two merged only, they have framed this ethical principles, where 3 major things are outlined. That is, first one is respect for the person. Respect for the person in the sense, whichever, for example, for social science people, if you are doing any research on the human subjects, you have to respect each and every candidate as your important one. You cannot neglect any person depending upon any criteria if you don't like. Whatever criteria maybe they are in there, you have to accept as they are. Same thing for the biological people also. When you are giving some medicines for testing or vaccines, whatever now they are doing for COVID-19, so there also you have to consider the person's concern, and you have to respect that person, whomever on which you are doing your research. That is first one. Second one is beneficence. Beneficence means you will always see that the points are written here in detail. You will always see that you have to always, your goal, your research goal have to be always that you will maximize the benefit of the person on whom or the subject on whom you are studying, as well as minimizing the harm for them. That means the beneficial should be for the society. That is the main thing. And third one is justice. Justice means equally you have to treat each and everything. Means you should not say that they are socially deprived, so I will not take any risk for them. No, you have to take everything. You have to take the benefits, risk, cost of every individual person whom you are considering for your study. So these 3 were the main outlined principles of, or cardinal principles of your Belmont report, where ethics has to be followed both in the biomedical as well as in the your social science research. Okay. Now coming to the research ethics, actually, what is research ethics? It is nothing but this research ethics applies for every researcher who is doing research, means who is studying about some subject. Okay, it can be any subject. It is not that science, or it is not that social science, or it is not that astrology. Any science you study, for that this application is there. It is nothing but application of moral rules, means defined rules and codes of conduct. Codes of conduct means there are principles that how can you act, how will you go by the principles. These are called codes of conduct. To collect means your data collection. To analyze means analysis of your data, whatever you collected. And reporting means whatever you get and whatever you analyze, that you are reporting, whomever you report, maybe to the public, or maybe to your guide, or maybe to the journal, wherever you are reporting, that one, plus the publication. Publication means to the public you are releasing the informations about your research. So these are the morals and professional codes you have to apply to your research. That is called research ethics. What the research ethics will do? It will educate, it will monitor, means it will educate means if I know certain rules and I don't know certain rules, I will be learning them. That is, it will educate me that how will I proceed further. Or it will monitor, someone will monitor, or some higher authority will monitor me that how I am proceeding. These are all the applications of research ethics. So does a lab need an ethics? Yes, it needs an ethics. So now, if you want to know the ethics, you should know the research integrity. Research integrity means what? It is defined as an active adherence to the ethical principles and professional standards essential for responsible practice of research. Means if you are doing any research, the principles and professional standards, you have to know them first of all, and you have to adhere to them. Adherence means it's not that somebody will force you. For example, see, I'm now taking your coursework class. Urbadi didn't force me. She just requested me, or she didn't. She just asked me that whether you were. It is not that the rule maker is imposing on me. It is just a cordial talk, and we had a talk, and okay, I will do this one like that. I will know that when I have to enter the classroom, when I have to take the class. These and all are adoption of the principles, and I'm doing it in practice. Okay, she said me that 5:25 you enter. I said okay, I will enter at 5:25. I was waiting till 5:15 that when I will enter, but I adhered to the principle what she said me, that you please enter at 5:25, because already these people have been having a marathon classes, so they might be getting tired, so you enter. So I am adhering to the principles and I'm practicing that one. Okay, that is nothing but your active adherence to the ethical principles and professional standards, these and all. Okay, by meaning the ethical principle means I am honest, that I am telling that whatever I do is correct, and whatever I'm doing is good for the others, and trustworthiness. Trustworthy means, see, once she gave me a Purvadi told me that you please take the class. I said okay. I must have withdrawn also. Okay, but she trusted on me, so then I said yes. So these are all are the means coordinal principles which will exist with these if you follow the ethical principles. Okay, this has to be followed in even in the research career. You have to follow. You should know that what should be done and what should not be done. Okay, all of you are hearing me, isn't it? You can hear me.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, network problem হলে একটু বলতে হবে, হ্যাঁ।
ম্যাম স্লাইডটা কি চেঞ্জ হয়নি? একটাই স্লাইডটা একটাই দেখাচ্ছে।
Okay, now coming to the, I said that research, responsible research conduct, I said a word. Okay, responsible means the whoever is going to conduct the research should be responsible. That is called responsible research. There are certain practices and characterization of that one. I have outlined only 8 which are very important. That is, first is your fairness in proposing. For example, you people are now doing your coursework, isn't it? Most of you have proposed your 1000 words already. 1000 words ki shobai hoye geche? Shobai ki 1000 words hoye geche?
Yes, yes.
Shobai hoye geche?
ম্যাম হয়ে গেছে।
না ম্যাম, না ম্যাম,
হয়নি ম্যাম। হয়নি এখনো।
জনের হয়নি, হ্যাঁ। তো এটার মধ্যে কি you have to be very honest and fairness in proposing. That is, when you are proposing your 1000 words, you should know what you are proposing, and that is the main thing. First, in your research career as a PhD scholar you are entering, you should know what you are going to do. So you will be in a lab, you are under a guide. You will learn first what the guide is doing, how she is doing, whatever you are coping up with the lab environment, with your colleagues, ma'am, everyone you are knowing, and you know what type of work is done. So you will start slowly making your own proposal of your research, isn't it? So you must be very honest. That means what? You should not copy. You should, তুমি একটা ল্যাবে কাজ করছো, you are in a lab, isn't it? There are 7 or 8 people. They are all working in a different fields, or maybe similar, slight variations are there. You should have your own idea, your own intellectual. You should think. You may have a guideline with them, but you should not just copy their proposal, or most of the ideas from them. Okay, that is fairness in proposing whatever you are going to propose. Plus performing means whatever you have proposed, those experiments you are performing in your research field. And then reporting, same thing. You will report when you are doing your 5000, you are reporting your research, whatever you said in 1000 word, you are reporting now. In that time, maybe for example, in 1,000 word, you said certain experiments you will do. You said that I will do 7 samples, but I was not able to do. So everything fairly you will report. Madam, I said that I will report for, I will do the experiments or perform my experiment for 8 samples, but now I am not going, I am not able to do everything. You will fairly say. You will not hide whatever has been, you have been proposed. So this all linking should be there. That is the first one. And second one is accuracy and fairness in representing. Accuracy means exactly what you got, you will say. Maybe for example, one of my scholar, she was not having enough sample. Okay, enough sample. So I said that, okay, if you don't have enough sample, you, with the less sample, you do divide the sample into 2 halves and do one experiment. When she started doing the experiment, due to some problem, the first set of experiment got dissolved. But she was not able to complete that one and it wasted. So she immediately reported to me, ma'am, apni to bola chen, you said me that divide the sample into 2 halves and carry out one sample. Already the sample, what I have got was totally lost. Now what I will do? Then what is my EA? I will be telling, okay, you need not worry about that one. That sample is lost. Lost means lost only, you have said. You have represented. That is very good. You didn't tell me anything wrong in this one. You said the correct one. You wasted that sample, no problem. But instead of telling this, if she has framed some results and she must have said to me, then how will I find? I will be finding when I will be calculating or seeing her results or how she has got the results. That is called fairness in representing. Okay, wherever, see, this is for your benefit, I'm saying. Maybe fairness in representing contribution to the research proposal. For example, I am writing a research proposal to get it granted by ICMR or CSIR or DST, whatever it is. There I will be considering my data, previously studied data, so that I will contribute to them and say that these were my initial data. Depending upon this, I will do it furthermore research. This is my contribution, representing my fairness. Accurately what I did, I say. This should be done in the proposal as well as in the reports. My student, what she did, she reported me. What I am doing, I am giving a proposal. This is a just difference. But everywhere, you have to be very accurate and fairness. See, these principles, most of the time, most of us forget to follow. This is natural. Human nature is natural. But we have to try to follow these practices. We have to. If someone is also not following, we have to just give a guideline to them. That is a thing. And third one is proficiency and fairness in peer review. This is generally for the journals or wherever you are there in a group when you are doing research and you are proposing or whatever you are doing. There also the reviewing should be very fairness. It is not that she is my student, so I will be favorable for her, she's my friend, so for her lab I will give more fund. All these things should not be done. You have to be very fair in giving your ideas or in giving your suggestions. Next one is collegiality in scientific interaction. This is scientific interactions, communications and sharing of it. This is a very important thing in scientific research. This is one of the very important point where we all fail. We all fail means everyone, I'm including myself. Okay, what is this collegiality means? You have to be sharing. Collegiality means sharing. You have to share your knowledge. You have to share your means your laboratory instruments. You have to share your laboratory chemicals. You have to share your what softwares. It is not that যেরকম বাবু আমার ল্যাবে একটা ইনস্ট্রুমেন্ট আছে, the other lab the instrument is there, but other lab that lab doesn't, that one is not working. So that student of the other lab wants to do some experiment with this one. Will I tell that don't do? Because I am also a guide, I'm also a teacher, isn't it? She was my student only when she was doing post graduation. Now PhD onno guide niyeche, so my favorite student onno guide niyeche bole I will take revenge against her? No, I should not. But most of us do that one. I'm agreeing to this, but I'm not just telling that, it's a general one. Okay, so the same thing in communications also. You have to be, you have to talk, lab to lab, guide to guide, isn't it? Talk that আমার স্টুডেন্ট এরকম করেছে তোমার স্টুডেন্ট কেন, মানে all these ones are what collegiality, you should know. And sharing of resources, see if you have a software that it can be easily solving all the calculations and your statistical problems, you can share with others if someone wants or facing problem. Okay, but these are all nowadays not done because of the your what I say, patenting issues or licensing issues or your rights, conflicts, interest, all those things will come into this. Why I will help her? Will she give my name in the paper? Why I will help her? Will she give credit to her in her thesis? All these things comes to our mind. Okay. The next point is that only disclosure of conflicts of interest. See, I don't have interest in her work, or I don't have any gain from her work. Why will I help her? It's not, it should not be like that. See, whatever work I am doing and whatever work you are doing or your friends are doing or my student is doing or that ma'am student, everything is what? It is the interest for the public's benefit only. So you have to get interested in somehow in that one. So that I have to help. I will not tell she is not from my department, I will not give. She is not my friend's student, I will not give. I don't like her guide, so I will not. These things will not come in here. Understood? The next one is protection of human subject. This is especially for the social science background studies, where if you are using human subjects in your research, you have to, whichever you are, this is for the clinical or biomedical research also, where they use, for example, now we are developing vaccines for this COVID-19. So there you have to see most of them will be, for example, if they ask me, will you be the volunteer for, if I said no, if I once I say no, they will take zabardasti from me, they will take me away and they will give me injection. No, it's not that. You have to protect the autonomy of that person, that if I say no, no means no. Human subject, same thing. You have to know what are the risks in that research, so involving the human being. So if there are risks, you have to be in protection of those human subjects whenever you do certain research. Same thing for the animals also. You do your animal researches, which, for example, drug development, to animals are used like anything. Nowadays people are now very much active against this animal usage for the when we were doing research, we were using all type of animals. Now we cannot use whichever amount of animals or whichever number of animals or whichever type of animals we have to use, we cannot use. We have to go through the animal ethical committee. Same thing for human subjects also, you have human ethics. So many principles are there and procedures are there, contexts are there, through which practices are there you have to follow when you are doing any biological sample for your research. And the last one, adherence to the mutual responsibility. This is a very important one, where you have to be mutually responsible. See, mentor means guide, trainee means you people. So if your guide doesn't agree with you, you will not go against her. You have to see why you are not agreeing with me. You have to prove yourself that, madam, ami jeta boleche, what I said was correct. You try to know that one, and you have to try to prove to her that is it. You will not go outside and say that ami bolachlam, she didn't agree, she's bad. And then they, for the guide also, same thing. I said she didn't listen to me, so I will keep her thesis for long time. I will not allow her to give 5,000, or I will not allow her to submit her thesis. This all should not be there. See, conflict of interest will be there everywhere, because we are all humans. It is there everywhere. With my daughter, I will have conflict of interest. With my son, I will have. With my husband, I will have. With my father-in-law, I will have. With my colleagues, I will have. With my mother own, I will have. But it doesn't mean that I will throw her away. No, it doesn't mean that I will not take care of her. It's not like that. It's like mutual response. I am taking all the responsibilities that I did wrong, but certain things will not be cope up. For that, it doesn't mean that you will totally be different to them. Okay, this is a major one, which in most of the cases are also it is there. Mentors and trainees or mentors and scholars এর সঙ্গে mutual responsibility and understanding না হওয়ার জন্য অনেক problem গুলো হয়। Because see, especially where you have, see, one to one is okay, you are madam and you okay, but when there are, you think that I am the senior most, আমার পরে যারা এসছে ওদেরকে ম্যাম ইম্পর্টেন্স দিচ্ছে, These are all should not come when you do this one. See, guides are there to guide you, isn't it? So same thing in the family also. I have two kids, my son and my daughter. My son always says that ma tumi didi ke hi beshi bhalobasho. It's not like that. It's not like that. I used to tell him always, I love both of you, I like both of you, I give importance to both of you. But see, she is elder to you, I have to take care of some things for her. Your anger, it's like that only, mutual responsibility. Same thing applies for the scholars as well as the mentor. Okay. Okay, now elements of professionalism in science. What are the elements? Many are there. I have taken only 5, which are very much important elements in the professionalism. Means how can you be professional? Good in the making your science or doing your science. The science I wrote general because social science as well as your biological science. First one is intellectual honesty. Means you should know that what you are doing. You have to face yourself itself in the mirror, isn't it? Means ami jeta boleche, what I said is correct. What I am following is correct. I am not doing something wrong. For you yourself. Intellectual honesty means I am not copying from anyone. It came out from me itself, the idea. So that is called intellectual honesty. That should be there always in science, whichever science you are doing. And next is excellence in thinking and doing. I mean, see, intellectual honesty thakle, you can do the thinking and doing. I thought in this way of doing, but it didn't work out, so I might think in that way. And doing the same thing. Okay, that is the yes, it should be there. Otherwise, you can't do anything. Third one is collegiality. I said sharing plus openness. Openness means you have to tell everyone, communicate to everyone that what I thought, I will tell you. What I did also, I will tell you. But when I'm giving you my results, also, I will tell you the truth only. What I thought, I did, but it didn't come out well. What I thought I did, it came out well. All these are openness, means you are just telling them out that what I did. The next one is autonomy and responsibility. This is very important that you will be accountable for what you took. The first one, what you saw in here, intellectual honesty means what you thought you are doing this one, and you are telling to everyone, and you will be taking responsibility for all the thing what you thought you are doing, and you are telling others this one. And finally, last one is self-regulation. You have to regulate. In science, you have to regulate yourself. Means you are going few step up, and then you will know that I did some mistake. I'll go back. I regulate myself. I will go back to the initial one from where I started. I will come back again. Okay. So now practical elements. Those were the professionalism which you can follow. And next one is the practical elements of this responsible research. Research conduct whatever responsibilities are there, are practical elements okay. Now areas focusing your research integrity. Research integrity means you are following certain principles already. I said means you are adhering to certain ethical principles and you are following them as a moral guidelines. You are not being forced on you that someone is forcing you and you have to do this one. No, you are doing by yourself. That is the research integrity. So this is the research, the areas focus in research integrity. What are the areas you can focus? There are many areas. I have taken only few. Of this few also I'll tell 4 or 5. Okay. The first one is research misconduct. Research misconduct means means you are doing a research. Whatever research you are doing. Misconduct means you are doing something wrong. What is wrong? You are falsification. Falsification. Falsification means you are whatever intellectually you taught, you are thinking and you are doing. But what you are saying is wrong. Wrong in the sense, not the wrong way you are saying. The data, what you are putting it out from your work is wrong. Falsifying the data. Okay, next is fabrication. Fabrication is you are making up the data. You didn't do the experiments only. You didn't do your human subjects experiment. You told that I did with 100 people of 100 tribal people, you said. Okay, you didn't do your experimental laboratory work, but you said ha ami DPPH ta 15টা sample দিয়ে করে নিয়েছি, and you are writing the data also, that is fabrication. You are fabricated মানে you are the curves, the HPLC data or the your spectral analysis data, all these are, you can be fabricated, you are fabricating it. Next one is plagiarism. আমার মনে হচ্ছে plagiarism আগেও কেউ বলেছে. Plagiarism is what you are taking others ideas, means you are taking it but you are not means what, you are not giving credit to them. You are taking the ideas from others and saying that it is my idea. That is plagiarism. In writing also or in doing also, wherever is it, you are saying someone method, someone developed that method, that method I am following, so what I will write as a reference, I took from that person, that is a reference what you are referring. But what, instead of telling that, I say that I framed this method, that is plagiarism. Understood? That is one. Next one is collaboration issues. Collaboration issues means, here means collaboration means collaborating with someone. Maybe হতে পারে কি আমি এই কাজটা করছি, I am doing this work, you help me in this one. Maybe your junior or your seniors or other lab people, you are collaborating. একটা lab থেকে আরেকটা lab you are collaborating and you are saying that okay, you help me in this one, I will give your name in my paper. But after doing all these things, helping and all, you have published the paper, but the person saw that his or her name is not there. So you have not given the proper authorship or proper ownership for whatever data they have provided you. That is a major problem in research integrity. This has been happening from earlier ages. Now also it's happening. It will happen also in the future. But why we are focusing here is, you try to follow that, you won't go into these ways. That's all. You have to manage. That's all. Next is peer review. Peer review already I discussed. And conflicts of interest also already I discussed. Means I don't like, maybe the organization where I am working, I don't like few people, I don't like my guide, but doesn't mean that I will go against her. Maybe in certain points I don't like her. Maybe maybe some higher authority who is ordering me, I don't like. It doesn't mean that I will not work for the department. No, I will work, because if I work, it is good for me and it is good for my students. That is the only thing I will be having. So conflict of interest will be there everywhere, but you should not go against anything. You have to work for that only. And nothing, another one is complicity and funding resources. This is means whatever funding resources you are getting, to them you are liable. You have to say what you did. That is there. Next is animal and human subjects. Already I said ethical issues are there. You have to be very human in nature for conducting the animal as well as human subjects. Okay, these are the few points of area of focus in research integrity when you go to any research field. Now first one is under this, conducting and reporting research. Okay, whatever research you are doing, you are conducting and reporting. See, here I have done a few things. Then the right hand side, you can see that the background work, whatever you are doing, whatever experimental maybe you are doing, maybe you are experimenting with human subjects, with animals, or with laboratory samples or plant samples, whatever you are doing, you have to have an hypothesis. You have to have an hypothesis for anything. If I do this, I will get this. That hypothesis should be there everywhere. Without any hypothesis, you will not be able to do any experimental work. If you have a hypothesis or an idea, then only you can proceed for designing your experimental design. Okay, if you have these things only, then you can think about research, doing research or facing any problem while you are doing the research. First, you have to construct your research. How will you construct? You have to have an hypothesis of what you are going to do, and then you have to design the experimental design. Okay, I am going to do the extraction assay of plant samples. So what extractions I will be doing? I will take, whether I will take the raw samples in the form of fresh or in the dried form. If I take dry, what are the problems I will be? If I take fresh samples, what are the problems? All these nitty-gritties you have to have in mind when you are framing your experimental design. Then you should know tentative conclusion. Means you will not take হ্যাঁ আমি 10টা স্যাম্পল নিয়ে এরকম প্রসিড করে যাচ্ছি ওরকম না, you should know something will come out. What will come out? Because the question is what you are doing for. Your background research you have to do for that one. You have to do your background research. For example, I am going to find out my plant extract will be against will be controlling blood sugar level. I'm saying that my plant extract, whatever I'm saying, it will control blood sugar level. So already there is the answer. Conclusion is already there. What? Controlling blood sugar. Who will control? My sample. That is the hypothesis. In the hypothesis itself, you will have the answer. How will I know that it is controlling? That is the experimental design. So you should know first the hypothesis. The sample A will control the sugar level in the subjects. The subjects can be anything, humans, but humans I will not take. I will take human studies or I will take animals, whatever it is. Conclusion ওখানেই আছে there. Tentative conclusion থাকতেই হবে, otherwise blindly you will not. আমি 10টা স্যাম্পল নিয়ে যে কোনো করে দিই, suddenly in the middle I say no, it will control my lipid level, no, it will control my cholesterol level, no, it will control. I cannot go for thousands of rays of results, isn't it? I should have a tentative conclusion that where I'm going to end. Okay, that is there, and in that itself you should be always humble in proposing your research. Plus you have to be in a position that you will be disposition, means with the results or with the conviction, or they will say that no, whatever you did is wrong, you can't do. You will be facing those things, but you have to be very quiet and you have to be very humble and saying that yes, if I will go wrong, I will go to this method, I will try again. Here you see, if my hypothesis is true, I will report my result. If my hypothesis false or partially true, I will think again and I will go and construct the new hypothesis. That is there. And in that, while doing your test with the experiment or analyzing results, or you might get with surprises, means sudden surprises, serendipity. That is, you will be getting, by chance you will get another something else. I was thinking that my sample will be controlling blood sugar. Actually when I was doing, I was seeing the other profiles also. মানে blood profile যখন দেখছিলাম, I saw that blood sugar was not controlling that much. Instead of my sample controlled cholesterol. So I might go. That means I am dealing with surprises, isn't it? Because I don't know the exact sample what I'm using, because it's an unknown sample. I am not using someone's known sample and doing. তুমি মার্কেট থেকে একটা blood sugar control করা ড্রাগটাকে নিয়ে আসে, if you do, that means what? It is not nothing new, na? You know that it will control. But what sample you are using, it's a new one, you are proposing it, isn't it? You are proposing your research that I am going to try with this sample, X sample. So this sample will show. But while doing the experiment only, you saw in various animal study করেছো, 100টা animal কে নিয়ে you injected the extract or you fed them the extract, and when you are seeing the result, you are seeing the profiling that sugar থেকে বেশি ও lipid profile কে control করছে. So this is that you will be just running, then you will go, your hypothesis will become partially true, partially will control করছে, but you will get another chance of thinking and constructing. So you can write that my sample X, hypothesis কি হবে, my sample X controls the blood sugar to a certain extent, but lipid profile controlling is very significant. That is again you are constructing something. Understood? That is what will happen when you are doing your research. It will happen for every research. This is there. Dealing with surprises will always be there. See, we are all dealing now with the surprise of COVID-19 pandemic. We didn't know. In March also, in the first week of March, did we know that we will be sitting at home and doing these things? Nobody knew. Okay. The same thing. It's all surprises only. Next one is communicating with colleagues. This is a major one what you have to do in your conducting and reporting research. For example, you are doing your research, okay, and with your colleagues, maybe your senior, somebody must have done the same model with some other sample. Maybe you are facing certain problems which you thought maybe your senior must have also faced, or your sir or madam must have faced when they are doing that model. So ওদেরকে জিজ্ঞাসা করলে, if I ask them what it might be the result, what they can give idea. From there you will get an idea. Okay, you will ask your senior. That means you're communicating. Nah, I will not tell my result. They will take it. They will take it. Or maybe not within your lab. You will go not tell outside their lab. Also, no, I will not go and tell them. It's not that. If you tell only. For example, one of my scholar, when he was doing his enzyme analysis, he was not able to get the proper synthesized enzyme again and again. He was trying various method again and again. Then I thought that okay, so, someone from my peer group when I did my PhD or when I did my post graduation, I thought someone was doing. Then I got a contact that that person is there in some institute with enzyme studies he is doing. So I immediately contacted that person. I said that, see, this is a problem. So that means what? I'm communicating my problem. Then what? I'm not, that time he asked me that, tell me now exactly what your student did. Tell me now exactly what sample you did. I will hide. No, I didn't hide. I said everything. A to Z, everything I have to tell. Then only you will know your problem. See, some people will think that, no, आमी sample बोला देते तो और a page a paper. Why? It's not like that. The whole world is doing research. Who is going to take your research and go? No, you are doing your own research. Then while communicating with him, I came to know certain things because I am not an expert from enzymology. I dealt with gastrointestinal problems. So he is from enzymology problem. So I asked him, these things I'm facing, what I can do. So he gave so many ideas that we did those things and we ultimately got the result. The student was so happy that he immediately called that person, sir, apni bolechen bole, I followed this method. So it's excellent now. It's like that only. So you will get an idea. You will know where you are creating, man, where your laboratory work or whichever. This I'm telling for lab works. Maybe for social sciences also, wherever you are stuck, you can tell your colleagues, your guides, or other lab people, so that you will know that. Maybe you will not tell the exact name of your sample, but you can tell your problems, so that what you will get some ideas. You went for B, but don't go for B. You go for E. It can be said like that. Understood? Same thing with the communicating with the community through media, that is by publications. If you publish your results, the people will come to know, and then it will go for your further experimental research. People will take up this research. He did for this sample at this dose. I will take for same sample in different doses, or I will frame some more new ideas of new models, those things. Okay, now that was what? That was conducting and reporting research. Now coming to the social responsibility for each and every research person, what are the social responsibilities we all have? These are the things. To whom we owe the truth. Means we are doing the research. To whom I owe. I am doing research. To whom I will tell. But why I should tell the truth? To whom I will tell? Because to the public, isn't it? The public is doing the research. Public is, for the public only we are doing the research. For them to know, for them to imply our research, or for them to apply our research in their day-to-day. That is for the support, what they support us, that we are doing research, they are supporting. To the public, we are owing, that is, this is a social responsibility each and every researcher should take. We are owing our truth or our research or our whatever data we are getting to the public, to the individual research partner. For example, I am a guide. I have 4 students in my lab who are, each and everyone who is doing is individually responsible for their own research, plus I am responsible for their own research. Okay, that is each and individual person I am responsible. Plus, we owe to our colleagues and collaborators. Colleagues means all the colleagues where I am working, to all of them I am responsible for the work what I am doing. And collaborators, when you will collaborate with some other lab for together writing project or funding, whatever it is. And to the funding institution, DST, DPT, ISMR, wherever who is getting, for them you are for giving resources. When they are giving money, then only you are doing. They are giving money for you as a scholar. So whatever research you do, you have to be responsible for that one. Same for our employers, because I am employed in the university, I will be responsible for whatever I do to the university. I should be responsible. To the colleagues, to the for the employment মানে আমি যে চাকরি করছি সেই চাকরির জন্য I'll be for the resources and for the reputation also, for the university's reputation. If I work is good and I am publishing in a good paper, then it is that the university will get benefited. So these are the social responsibility we should be taking. Next, the most important one, what I said, is collegiality and sharing. I wrote, treat colleagues as collaborators, not competitors, because see, I have many colleagues in my department. I will take them, see, competitor in the sense what? Positive sense you always should take, not in the negative sense. If I do a good research, means they will be commenting on my research saying that to me এটা করছো এটা ঠিক নেই. Then I will take it in a positive way. Okay, ঠিক নেই, তাহলে how will I go? How will I go about? You just suggest me. That is a major thing. Okay, this is the very important value of science, where you share your whatever you have, like your, for example, as a research scholar, you can share your laboratory instruments, your laboratory chemicals, your resource materials, your softwares, whatever you have, you can share with your friends, peer groups, so that when you are in need, they'll be sharing you. Okay, then this should be monitored also, that how will you transferring, someone will be monitoring that if it is between labs, from myself and ISCB, someone is collaborating, what is going from my lab and what is coming from their lab, you have to be very much knowing this one. Because but as I said, that most of the people think that competition is very high, so it is very difficult, that we cannot share. If we share, that our credit will go down, our scientific achievements will not be known to public or known to the higher authority, because their name is very good, so I will not share my resources, let them share, they have more fund, all this not should be there. For that only, now you have all the licenses, patenting grants, all these things we have, so that what, we can share our resources of the lab in any ways, means in the academic way as well as in the laboratorical way, you can share your but see, most of the times it requires, means if you think that no, if I share my data or if I say my problems what I face in the research, it means they will come to know that which sample I am doing. So what will happen? Then what will happen? My data will be lost, they will be taking my data. It's happening everywhere, this will be there. But then also, if you want to progress, you have to say to the public in the sense means to the your colleagues or your lab mates, even to the lab mates, I'm saying. Some they don't want to say to the lab mates even. Okay, but that is not the good thing, you have to tell everything, whatever it is. So to maintain the scientific integrity, it is that you have to give credit for the past work. See, this is the one for plagiarism. It comes that you will not take credit for all the things. For example, if you are working in a research group, in the research group only your guide is giving you a certain work which was similar to your senior's work. Maybe what about a senior work motomi, but it's totally, you are going together only, but at one point of time you will get diverted, isn't it? Your point of doing the scientific problem solving a little bit different from your seniors in certain point. That point, it should not be shared, it will be your own things, intellectual. But other things that you are going together till one point, that has to be shared, that has to be credited, like I took ideas from them, I took data from them. You have to give acknowledgement, you have to tell people that I took credit from the past work, what is that is the thing is required nowadays. Now this is the main thing. This is actually not for this, I will not say not for the scholars, it's also for the scholars, because one day or the other you will be becoming mentors, isn't it? You will be becoming mentors. Now also most of you are mentors, because তোমাদের পরে জুনিয়ররা জয়েন করেছে, for them you will be mentors, because see, in a lab with 10 scholars, your guide will not be seeing each and every scholar directly, isn't it? when I was as a PhD scholar, my guide used to come see that I am working, bas chole gelo. But when I want to show him data, first he used to tell me that go and show it to your senior. If she says that okay ठीक है, then you need not show me. If she says something went wrong, go and show sir, then you will come to me. See, this is what that means. What my guide is saying, that someone else will guide you. Okay, that is mentorship. It is there. It may be see, not in one to one. তুমি আর তোমার ম্যাডাম থাকলে তো মেন্টরশিপে আসে না, বাট তোমার ম্যাডাম আন্ডারে 10টা জন কাজ করছে, then what will happen that time? Your seniors will be your mentors, so you should be knowing these points also. Mentorship points also you should be knowing. What are the things? It is fiduciary responsibility. Fiduciary means that it is your requirement, responsibility, that definite responsibility, that for the training here I have written, for the scholar, what is her need or his need first, what they want now, what they want. For example, if see, one of my scholar, they were doing she was doing experiment, she was not getting result at all. Every day she used to do, something or the problem, কিছু না কিছু problem, and results will go haywire. So she gets really upset and she said, madam আমি এটা করবই না. That time, what is the responsibility of the mentor? The mentor will take responsibility. Okay, show me now. I said, okay, show me now the result. You come to me, show me. I will put every other work aside and I'll ask her. Why? Because to give her motivation, to give her support, because at that time, that is a required one for that scholar. I will put everything else aside. I will ask her, okay, come and sit down here. I will do everything else now. You sit down. Now you tell me what you did from the first. You tell me. So, as she was telling that from the beginning, where you went wrong, you tell me. Then we found out that something went wrong. Then I said, okay, if this here went wrong, you divert your step to that side, that way, other way. So it went for the other way. She got the results. Then this is how you have to guide, you have to motivate, you have to give emotional support in the sense that most of the time failure results will come. That time they will say that no, I will not do, sitting idly for many times, paper get rejected, sitting. No, you have to be always what, you have to be always giving support. You have to be a role model for your, I'm telling you in the sense that as a senior, but as a guide also, one day or the other you will be becoming a guide. That time also you have to become a role model and telling them, you have to train them, you have to make them the what is their goal. Your goal is this one. Don't forget your goal, that you are going to set this experiment and you are going to get the result. That is your goal. In whichever way, whichever condition, try to set the experiment and try to do. And you will be telling that, okay, now this life laser is not working. Okay, let me find out from the other collaborators that anyone is having life laser. I will go there. I will see that, okay, your software in your laptop has broken down, your crashed down. So what I will do, okay, I will ask the next lab person to share your software. This is how you will be monitoring, you will be mentoring, you will be guiding, you will give support, you will be helping. These are the main things in the research. Otherwise, see, I want results. In whichever way you do, I want result. Otherwise, I will not allow you to do your page. No, that is not there, because results will come. But main thing is the person who is doing, that person should be stable and constant and motivated always, so that they will be guided always, so that they will be in the proper direction of doing the research. Understood? And next one is reviewing and monitoring. So as I said that, see, I said that, okay, you do it in the other way, you will get the return. No, I have to see, okay, bring, after 1 week I'll say, bring the data, let me see. Earlier one, how it came, this one, but you not like that. You should be always reviewing what you did, what you said her to do, or what you were supposed to do. You are reviewing it. You are seeing the data again and again. And you are, means by seeing all these things, what you will learn, you will know, you will review, you will be reviewing mane, you will be reviewing mane, you will be viewing it again in another angle. Those things, This, and plus you have to maintain this. See, reviewing and monitoring comes in various ways, but in the research field, that you have to always maintain a confidentiality in reviewing certain data and not revealing to the public, because these data are maybe against the certain ethics also. So you should not do. You have to avoid conflicts of interest, as I said, that some of them might not like this data. So to avoid that one, what you will do, you will be withdrawing your judgmental statement to avoid the biasness. So you will avoid the conflict of interest whenever appropriate. So now it's not the time to declare this data. Well, let's wait for some more data and interpret it, then evaluate it, then we will release this one. Any problem? So these are the few ways how you will review and monitor. And conflict of interest, already I said, first you should know that for whom you are working. For whom you are working. You are working for yourself, isn't it? It is not that you are working for someone else. It's my own personal interest I am working. It's not others' interest I am. So conflict of interest has to be avoided always. It's actually a situation only. In certain situation you are put in the conflict. You are putting some hypothesis, maybe you will like, someone is not liking. So what you will do, you will try avoiding judging on the biasness. Okay, you will try avoiding. So managing, you have to manage the conflict of interest. How will you manage? By, you will not disclose the total data. You will not there are financial involvements, means fundings are there. You will not say all the fundings what you get. So many things are involved. So you have to try to be very very cordial and recursal in committing and having the conflicts of interest. Okay, now coming to the major one, in the research, responsible research contact, your main thing is that if you are doing any misconduct means you are fabricating your results. You are not doing any experiments, but you are just framing it and you are showing. That is a fabrication. Next, falsification of the result. Falsification means the data, whatever you got, was not that much significance. You will write some other data, falsify your own data. Then plagiarism, already I said that you are taking idea from others and you are not giving credit to them and you are saying this is my work. This scientific malfeasance and misconduct will impact your research record. Research record means, for example, nowadays it's happening that I know one of the very important, very famous scientist in Kolkata itself, I know. Okay, due to I will not name them. When I was as a research scholar, I had a dream that I should work in her lab. I thought I will work in her lab. When I was a research scholar, when I entered in that institute, I thought that I should work under her. But I didn't get a chance because we had a group interview and all those things. And I was given to some other guide. I was given to some other guide. So first, at that time I thought, why she had so many publications. She has very good research record, and she has so many publications, so many contacts. I can go abroad for my, all these things were my dreams, and I entered, but ended up in some other lab, did my work, I came out, I got a job. So after these many years of leaving my institute after my PhD, I came to know recently that the lab from where this data and all used to get published in very good journals, high impact journals. I heard that certain data were fabricated, falsified. Ultimately, what happened? The research record of that person came down totally. How? That person was not doing anything wrong. The collaborators who are working with that person, the sir or madam, whomever I am saying, উনার সঙ্গে যারা কাজ করেছিল, the students must have done, or the collaborators, they must have done something wrong, and she or he must have given some resources, and they said that, okay madam, sir, you gave this resource, I will put in my paper your name. She said, or he said, okay, দিয়ে দাও, আমার নামটা দিতে পারো, কিছু না। কিন্তু ultimately দেখা গেল what it has been that that particular paper, it was fabricated, the results were falsified, মানে ইমপ্লিকেশন করে দিয়েছে, যা ভুল রেজাল্ট এসছে সেটাকে না বলে আরো বাড়িয়ে সব গ্রাফ আর তোমার স্পেকট্রাম গুলোকে বানিয়ে বানিয়ে দিয়ে দিয়েছে। সো ইট ওয়াজ ফাউন্ড ফ্রম দি your research community that this is very bad impact on her research or his research record. It came down, her impact, everything came down. Okay, doing this one, what if I give my facility to others, if I help others, what can be that? Risk of litigations. Litigation means what? Risk of legal actions. I might have legal action is what? People will be telling that whatever this many years you published, all were fabricated, all were falsified. This question will be all, you have to answer the legal people that why your name was there. Your name was there, that's why we took it in this big journal. But when we saw the data, all the data seemed to be fabricated. How come? There should be a whistleblowing. Whistleblowing means what? When you are doing something right, someone should be there saying that, no, you stop here, don't do this one. And should be mandated institutional response. Means we should all be responsible for whatever we do. Mandated means commanded rules should be there for each and every one. If you do, you will be responsible. I'm not going to be responsible. That should be there. Plus, your bad research manners means when you are so many peoples are working, for example, interpersonal relation should be always cordial. If that is not there, labor mode 10 people are working under one madam or sir, they will fight among themselves and they will be creating problem among themselves, and your data will be thrown out, your experiments will be spoiled, all these things will, these are all research, very bad manners in the research. Plus exploiting your subordinates. For example, okay, see, listen, I am keeping my experiment today starting, I will come late, you will see everything, and these and all should not be done. You should be always cordial with or collegiate with everyone and do it. Okay, you can request, okay, amar deri hoye jabe, you just I'm just starting and I'm going, ami ekটু চা খেয়ে আসছি, you just see, that is there. No, you cannot exploit. Many times this happens. Interpersonal relationships go bad. Exploitations always happen in the most of the labs. Okay, these are all is the misconduct and malfeasance in the scientific community, which is there, which was there, which is there. So what if you do any misconduct or anything, see, this is the result what you will be getting. Means ultimately you will be defamed, you will have to face the litigation. You will, if you don't follow your mandated commands, responsibilities, then you will be convicted. All these things will happen. Okay, now I'll give you example of, my lecture has come to the end. I'll give an example of fabrication. Okay, just a fabrication. This is a scientific work of someone. Here what happened is, see, this one you can see my pointer. Can you see my pointer? Pointer ta dekhte paccho toমরা?
হ্যাঁ ম্যাম।
Yes, ma'am.
একজন ওই একজন কোয়ান্টিফিকেশন করছে, বুঝতে পেরেছো? মানে একটা কেমিক্যালকে কোয়ান্টিফাই করছে in their sample. Okay, the sample is you think this is difluoromethane. It's a sample, just you think, because social science student একটা স্যাম্পলকে ও কোয়ান্টিফাই করছে কতটা আছে ওর স্যাম্পলের মধ্যে, এই কেমিক্যালটা কতটা আছে, ইয়া এই জিনিসটা, এই মেটেরিয়ালটা কতটা আছে ও স্যাম্পলে দেখছে। ওকে, ওদের অরিজিনালি স্ট্যান্ডার্ড একটা রান করতে হবে, সবসময় একটা স্ট্যান্ডার্ড রিভ্যালু আমরা করি, ওই স্ট্যান্ডার্ড রান করতে হবে। সো স্ট্যান্ডার্ড রান করতে গিয়ে ও দেখছে ওর ভ্যালুটা এখানে আসছে, এই জায়গাটা ইউ ক্যান সি দিস ইজ দ্য অরিজিনাল, এখানে আসছে ওর ভ্যালুটা 1,50,000 এর নিয়ারে পিক আসছে, টাইমটা 2 মিনিটের কাছাকাছি আসছে, ঠিক আছে, এটা অরিজিনালি আছে, পার এটা স্ট্যান্ডার্ড ভ্যালু। বাট সি নাও ফ্যাব্রিকেশন, ইউ জাস্ট সি দ্য ফ্যাব্রিকেশন, how they are making the curve. You can see they are making the curve. How I know that it is making curve? You see the graph lines, this This is the original graph coming from your spectrum. See here, see this data, and see this and all. This is how people will come to know that you are framing it, because difference you can understand. This is
ma'am.
handmade.
No, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
It a handmade, and this is original.
Ma'am.
Sorry, this is the original one. Original one. See the very clear picture is there. Okay, this is the fabricated one. Means people will come to, because they have nowadays softwares to see all these things. Okay, this is called fabrication. And one more thing, this is just a question like thing for you people to understand what is the integrity of research. The story starts with that Sam is a guy who is doing his coursework, and the laboratory works also simultaneously is doing. He was going into different labs. Means initial, this is actually abroad. In the abroad, people used to do these things. First 1 year, you have to do certain courses. Not like now here, what we do your PhD. Sudden in the middle, you are doing your research. No coursework. No, there you have to do 1 year of total studies. মানে যেরকম কলেজ স্টাডি করো ওরকম করতে হবে, প্লাস ইউ হ্যাভ টু গো মিন ল্যাব অলসো। যেরকম একটা 1 year of কোর্স ওয়ার্ক স্টাডি করবে, ওখানে ল্যাবও যাবে। there won't be any guide selected. You will be allowed to sit in a classroom like thing. You will be attending classes. You will go to everyone's lab and you will learn every techniques. Like that, Sam was also doing a coursework, and he was working in everyone's lab. So while working in Professor Ray's lab, Sam was taking different experiments, and he got different nice observations he got. So seeing his result, when he was doing the experiment, he saw many results were nice, significant results. Professor Ray said that, okay, these results will be publishable in a major journal. You did very good work, we will do. Now coming to the part one of the story. This is the background story. মানে স্যাম বলে একটা ছেলে ছিল, সে প্রফেসর রে মানে পিএইচডি করতে গেছে, প্রফেসর রে ল্যাবে গিয়ে অনেকগুলো কাজ করছে, অনেক ভালো রেজাল্ট পেয়েছে। ওকে, নাও পার্ট ওয়ানটা কি, প্রফেসর রে বলে ওই কাজটাকে উনি লিখতে চাইছেন। প্রফেসর রে ওই পাবলিশ করার জন্য স্টার্টেড রাইটিং দ্য ম্যানুস্ক্রিপ্ট। ওকে, দেন যখন লিখছিল ডেটা ওনার চাইছিলেন, তখন স্যামকে ডেকে পাঠিয়েছে, আমাকে ডেটাগুলো দাও। তখন উনি জানতে পেরেছেন কি একটা এক্সপেরিমেন্টে ও রেকর্ডটা রাখিনি। হি ডিডন্ট কিপ দ্য রেকর্ড অফ certain values of one group of experiment, and the computer with which he was working, the files have been erased or deleted. Okay, now the question comes. Now the question is for you. You will answer me. Okay, now you tell me, can Professor Ray still write the paper? উনি কি লিখতে পারবেন এই এই জিনিসটা? ওনার ডেটা, উইথাউট ডেটা হি ক্যান রাইট, শি ক্যান রাইট?
No.
No, definitely not.
No, ma'am.
যে রিজাল্ট পাবলিশেবল জিনিসটাই ওই ছেলেটার ডেটাটা, ওয়ান গ্রুপ, ধরে 10টা গ্রুপ করছে, ওটাতে একটা গ্রুপে প্রবলেমটা হয়েছে, তো ওকে ওই একটা গ্রুপ ছাড়া কি ও লিখতে পারবে? We say that no, it's our conclusion that we cannot write, but in every condition it is not like that. Second question ta dekho, would it make a difference if Sam said he could remember the details even though he didn't write them down? তখন কি বলবে, ম্যাডাম আমি করেছি, লিখিনি, কিন্তু আমার মনে আছে? এটা কি হতে পারে? আফটার এ মান্থ, কি করে হবে? তোমার মাথায় কতগুলো কাজ করছে, হি ইজ গোয়িং, হি ইজ অ্যাটেন্ডিং অনেক রকম ক্লাসেস, অনেক রকম ল্যাব হি ইজ গোয়িং, and after 1 month he will remember the same data, same thing? No, that is never will happen. And if he remembers also, that will be correct? No, it should not be correct. কারণ কি মাথা থেকে কোথায় কি রিডিং, what he will tell, that should not be there. Next one, it would make a difference if a technician working on the project said he remembered even though Sam could not. No, this is also will not be there, because technician no, কেন কি টেকনিশিয়ান ওয়ার্ক করলেও ও তো নোট করেনি, কেউই তো নোট করেনি, রিমেম্বার করলে তো হবে না, you have to note down what you have got. This is our case. Now part B টা দেখো, আরো ইন্টারেস্টিং। প্রফেসর রে রাইটস দ্য পেপার। প্রফেসর রে ঠিক আছে ডেটা নেই, লিখে ফেলেছে উনি, which is accepted for পাবলিকেশন জন্য অ্যাকসেপ্টও হয়ে গেছে, ঠিক আছে। স্যাম এর ফার্স্ট ইয়ার হয়ে গেছে, মানে তোমার পড়াশোনা হয়ে গেছে, ও আবার প্রফেসর রে ল্যাবেই জয়েন করেছে পিএইচডি করার জন্য। হ্যাঁ, তো ও যে এক্সপেরিমেন্টটা লেফট আউট করেছে সেই এক্সপেরিমেন্টটাই ও শুরু করেছে। হ্যাঁ, ওই কাজটাই আমি করি, দেখি তো আমার কি রেজাল্ট আসছে। তো ও করতে গিয়ে দেখছে, পরপর করতে গিয়ে দেখছে অরিজিনাল রেজাল্টই আসছে না। যে সিগনিফিকেন্ট রেজাল্টের জন্য ওনার ম্যাডাম পাবলিশ করেছে পেপার, সেটা কিন্তু আসেনি। তো কি করবে, কোশ্চেনটা কি দেখো, what should he and professor ray do about the paper assuming it has not been published? যদি পাবলিশ হয়নি তাহলে আমরা কি করব, ওরা দুজন কি করার উচিত, প্রশ্নটা দেখো।
জানানো উচিত পাবলিশারদের।
পাবলিশ করেনি, not yet been published, মানে it is
তাহলে ম্যাম পাবলিশ করাই উচিত না।
হ্যাঁ, পাবলিশ করবে না, করার উচিত না। he has to communicate, the professor has to communicate and say that madam or sir, হ্যাঁ কিছু বলছো,
পেপারটা উইথড্র করা উচিত না।
হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ, উইথড্র করা মানে বললে উচিত কি, আমরা যেটা করেছিলাম সেটা এখন আমাদের আসছে না, বারবার করে রিপিটেড অ্যাটেম্পটসে ইট ইজ নট কামিং, সো ইট ইজ। এবার দেখো সেকেন্ড অপশনটা দেখো, হোয়াট শুড দে ডু ইফ দ্য পেপার হ্যাজ বিন পাবলিশ। পেপারটা পাবলিশ হয়ে গেছে, তখন ওই কেসে ওরা কি করবে, হোয়াট দে উইল ডু, দে হ্যাভ টু উইথড্র দ্য পেপার from the journal
Yes, ma'am.
itself. They have to
Exactly.
publicly accept that this is a wrong data published, this has to be done. ঠিক আছে, এটা হয়ে গেছে। থার্ড পার্টটা দেখো, প্রফেসর রে রিসিভস এ ম্যানুস্ক্রিপ্ট টু রিভিউ। উনি তো বড় প্রফেসর, ওনার কাছে একটা রিভিউ করার জন্য একটা পেপার এসছে। সেই পেপারে সেম এক্সপেরিমেন্টটা অন্য কেউ একজন করেছে, যেটাতে উনি যখন ওই পেপারটা দেখছিলেন, রিভিউ করার জন্য এসছে যে পেপারটা, তখন উনি জানতে পারলেন কি ওই স্যাম যে এক্সপেরিমেন্টটা করেছিল, সে স্যাম কেন ওটা করতে পারেনি, কি মিস্টেক করেছে সেটা উনি বুঝতে পেরেছেন। এই যে লোকটা মানে যা রাম শ্যাম যেই করেছে, তার এক্সপেরিমেন্ট থেকে বোঝা গেল কি স্যাম যেভাবে করেছিল এক্সপেরিমেন্ট, সেভাবে না করে এই রাম যেরকম করেছে ওরকম করলে ঠিক হতো। ঠিক আছে, that he came to know, she came to know, Professor Ray. Now the question, can Professor Ray share this information with Sam?
No, ma'am.
Yes,
I don't know.
No, ma'am.
To correct.
No, no.
কেন নো,
ম্যাম শেয়ার তো করা যেতে পারে।
করতে হবে, শেয়ার করতে হবে, তো
হ্যাঁ ম্যাম
শেয়ার করতে হবে, শেয়ার করতে হবে, শেয়ার করারই উচিত। কেন বলো,
অরিজিনালটা কি করে জানবে, মানে কাজটা কোথায় ভুল হয়েছিল বা কিভাবে
why he is a good mentor, if she is a good mentor, she has to share with the student, because ওই স্টুডেন্ট ওই এক্সপেরিমেন্টের বেসিসেই ও কিন্তু ফার্দার কাজগুলো করবে, isn't it? So she has to share this one.
Yes ma'am.
And what if the information contained in a grant proposal, বাবু একটা প্রজেক্ট লিখেছে সেটার মধ্যেই ইনফরমেশনটা আছে, তাহলে কি করা উচিত, ওটা প্রপোজালে ছিল, তখন ওটাকে ওদের উচিত, ঠিক উচিত এথিক্যালি কি, দে হ্যাভ টু উইথড্র, they have to propose to the grant person, মানে যারা grant funding agency, that what we proposed was wrong. This is a thing. This is example of a sloppy lab work. Sloppy lab work মানে কি, where you are not confirmed of what you are doing, and you are dealing with what, fabrications, isn't it? You are dealing with the fabrications. So this is my last slide. What I am saying, there are many examples are there, but I am not going to that. আমি দুটো জিনিসটি দেখালাম তোমাদেরকে। তো আমি this slide I will be just telling you that I have also spoken about this 1 hour. I think I spoke about the research ethics, but it doesn't make me a good person, isn't it? I spoke for 1 hour lecturing you, saying that ethics গুলো আমাদের follow করতে হবে, principle follow করতে হবে. It doesn't make me a good person, isn't it? Good person means various ways a good person, or various ways a মানে আমার চোখে আমি good, maybe in my other colleagues view I am bad, I am not a good person, ওরকম হতেই পারে, because the ethical values of them will not be matching with me, it is there, okay? But why we have to study the research ethics, it will show a map, it will show a guideline for you, whenever you face, এই যে এক্সাম্পল স্যামেরটা বললাম, এই স্যামের মধ্যে তোমাদেরও কোনো না কোনো সময় সব প্রবলেম, মানে স্যামের মতো হবে না, but you might get some problem either like this, is it? So that time you will know that if I am facing in that situation, what I should do, what I can do. It will not solve your problem, but it will give you a warning that এরকম আমি একবার করেছি। ফর এক্সাম্পল তুমি এরকম কাজ করতে করতে একদিন একটা ডেটা ভুলে গেলে, কিন্তু তুমি ওই ডেটাকে নিজের ভাবে লিখে ম্যাডামকে দিয়ে দিলে, আর যখন পেপার লেখার সময় ম্যাডাম বললো এই ডেটা কিভাবে এসছে, কি করে করলে, তুমি ভুলেই গেলে, কেন কি তুমি করোনি। This might be creating a problem with you and your guide. This sharing and collegiality plus your mentorship, all these problems will be coming. So what is that? It will show you a path, a map, how can you proceed. Or if it is not useful for you also, but if you are in your lab or your colleagues, your friends, if they face any problem anyway during their experimental or research life, if they come and tell you, then you will be helping them with these guidelines. তার জন্য লিখেছি প্রোফাইলেটিক এথিক্স মিন্স আগে থেকে যে এথিক্সটা ফলো করা ইজ বেটার দ্যান ক্রাইসিস ম্যানেজমেন্ট। লাস্ট মিনিটে এসে ক্রাইসিস ম্যানেজমেন্ট করাটা ভেরি ডিফিকাল্ট। ইউ ক্যান ম্যানেজ, ইউ উইল বি এবল টু ম্যানেজ, হতে পারে, বাট ইট ইজ ভেরি ডিফিকাল্ট। ইউ মে বি লুজিং সো মেনি থিংস অন দ্য ওয়ে অফ ম্যানেজিং দ্যাট ক্রাইসিস। Okay, so next is what? The dependability and known quality of a data is our most important commodity. আমি ভালো, আমার রিসার্চ ভালো, আমার কাজটা ভালো, আমার পেপার পাবলিকেশন ভালো কিভাবে হবে? They are all my commodity, isn't it? That depends upon your own quality of your work. কতটা আমি গ্র্যান্ট পাবো, এই ডেটাটা ভালো এলেই I can show them, then I will get the good response, isn't it? তার জন্য you have to be communicating also these problems. See, আমি এই প্রবলেম গুলো ফেস করেছি। ফর এক্সাম্পল বললাম না, প্রফেসর রে স্যামকে বলবে, বলার উচিত স্যামকে, কেন কি এটা বললে স্যাম উইল নট ডু এনি মিস্টেক ফার্দার। স্যাম তখন ভাবে হ্যাঁ স্যার ঠিকই, ম্যাডাম ঠিকই বলেছে, আমি যদি প্রথম দিনই ওই রেজাল্টটা লিখে রাখতাম এই প্রবলেমটা হতো না, ওই প্রবলেমটা আমাকে লিখে রাখতে হতো, সেটা লিখিনি, সেটা অলওয়েজ হি উইল হ্যাভ ইন মাইন্ড whenever he will do experiment, আমাকে লিখতে হবে ছোটখাটো জিনিসও, now he will start writing, understood? That is the main thing, and these are the see there are severe problems. আমি যেরকম বললাম মিসকন্ডাক্ট আর ফ্যাব্রিকেশনের জন্য পুরো একটা সায়েন্টিফিক মানে একটা রিসার্চ রেকর্ডটাই ব্রেক হয়ে গেল of that scientist. So none of the papers further from his or her lab is considered for good publications. Every time her name comes or his name comes, there will be a lot of প্রথমে যেরকম ব্লাইন্ডলি পাবলিকেশন হয়েছে, নো, এখন অনেক নিটিগিটি থ্রু গিয়ে তারপর পাবলিকেশন। প্রথমে যেটা 1 মাস হয়ে যেত, এখন 6 মাস লেগে যাচ্ছে, ওরকম হচ্ছে। নাও ইট ইজ হ্যাপেনিং ফর এভরিওয়ান অনলি বিকজ অফ দিস মিসকন্ডাক্টস। ওকে, now the last important one, you must actually think about the ethical components of what you are doing. It is not depending upon anyone else, it depends upon the individual. You will be thinking that what you are doing is right or wrong for you in that situation. That's why, so these results will give very little guidance only, because যে situation e tumi thakbe, Shrija will be there, সেই situation e Trina will not be there, যে situation e আমি আছে সেই situation e অরিজিৎ থাকবে না, isn't it? এইসব আছে তো ক্লাসের মধ্যে, তার জন্য নামটা নিলাম। ওকে, তো ওই সিচুয়েশনে তুমি যে সিচুয়েশনে থাকবে, সেই সিচুয়েশনটা তুমি কোনটা ঠিক ভাবে ওটাই তোমার এথিক্যাল, বিকজ at that time that is your guidance. So it will not motivate you to do right thing, but it will give more tools, more map, more guidelines to do different ways of the same situation in your future. Okay, this was my last slide. These are my references. I have properly referred, so there is no fabrications, no falsification in my presentation today. I am giving credit to all this. See, these all, everything matter. I took it from whatever papers, journals, whatever it is there, I have written here. The pictures are my own. I have, with my own ideas, I took এই পিকচারটা এটার সঙ্গে দিলে হবে। এই স্লাইডে all pictures are of my own only. Own means what? I put my idea, my intellectual idea was there. But the guideline was from these papers. I'm admitting to the community. So thank you for listening me. If you have any questions or if you have comments also, you can say, Madam, apnar slide bhalo chalo na, Madam, apnar bolata bhalo chalo na, you can tell anything to me. Okay. I'm stopping here. Purva is there.
হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ
Yes,
ম্যাম
yes,
অনেকদিন পরে আপনার লেকচার শুনলাম, খুব ভালো লাগলো।
ম্যাম
হ্যাঁ
Hello?
বলো হ্যাঁ বলো
আমার একটা প্রশ্ন ছিল,
হ্যাঁ, বলো।
সেটা হচ্ছে ম্যাডাম, এরকম তো আমরা অনেক সময় দেখেছি, ধরুন একটা প্ল্যান্ট এক্সট্র্যাক্ট, আমি যদি সাপোজ একটা এক্সাম্পল দিই, যে আমি গ্রেপসের যদি আমি অ্যান্টিঅক্সিডেন্ট দেখতে যাই, লাইক ডিপিপিএইচ, ফ্ল্যাভোনয়েড, ফেনলস, এইরকম একই ধরনের কাজ প্রচুর প্রচুর পেপার পাওয়া যায়। তো
হ্যাঁ।
আমার অনেক প্রশ্নটা হচ্ছে এটা, তো এই যে একই ধরনের কাজের যে এত এত পেপার আছে, তারা হয়তো সবাই কাজ করেছে নিজেদের মতো করেই, কিন্তু একই টপিকের উপরে এবং একই প্যারামিটার সাথে মেপেছে, তো এটাকে কি কোনোভাবে রিসার্চ মিসকন্ডাক্ট বলা যায়?
আরেকবার বলো কি বলছো? অনেক লোক অনেক রকম কাজ করেছে, মানে একই স্যাম্পলকে?
ম্যাম একই স্যাম্পল, ধরুন আমি যদি বলি অ্যান্টিঅক্সিডেন্ট অ্যাক্টিভিটি কেউ করেছে, তো গ্রেপসের সে ডিপিপিএইচ করেছে, ফ্ল্যাভোনয়েড করেছে, ফেনল করেছে, তো এরমই সেম কাজ এবং সেম প্যারামিটার গুলো আরো অনেক রিসার্চাররাও কাজ করেছে এবং অনলাইনে যেগুলো অ্যাভেলেবেল, মানে আমরা যদি সার্চ করে দেখি তো প্রচুর প্রচুর পেপার পাবো আমরা এরকম। তো আমি প্রশ্নটা হচ্ছে এটা, যে এই যে একই স্যাম্পল নিয়ে একই প্যারামিটারে এতজন যে কাজ করেছে, তো এটাকে কি আমরা কোনোভাবে রিসার্চ মিসকন্ডাক্ট বলতে পারি?
You have to see the data actually.
ওকে,
You have to see the data. যদি 10 রকম পেপার আছে, একই স্যাম্পল আছে, there may be slight differences হতে পারে, কিন্তু একই রকম একই কাজ একই জিনিস হলে that will be research misconducting. ওটা কি করে পাবলিকেশন হাউসেসরা অ্যালাউ করে আমি জানি না, because because when they will be seeing reviewers will be knowing, isn't it? এই পেপার তো অলরেডি আছে বলে there must be slightly some differences, and if they are admitting in their paper, it's okay, otherwise it's a misconduct only.
ওকে ওকে, মানে ডেটাগুলো সেম হবে না, হয়তো অন্য জনের হয়তো অন্য রকম ডেটা বেরিয়েছে, মানে
হ্যাঁ অন্য রকম ডেটা বেরিয়েছে, ইয়া অন্য রকম কন্ডিশনে করেছে, ইয়া অন্য রকম স্লাইট ভেরিয়েশন অফ ভ্যারাইটিটা অন্য করেছে, গ্রেপেরই অন্য ভ্যারাইটি করেছে, অন্য কান্ট্রিতে করেছে, ইয়া ইন্ডিয়াতে দেখো অন্য স্টেটে করেছে, ইয়া মেবি হতে অর্গানিকলি গ্রো করেছে, একজন এমনি কনভেনশনাল করেছে, ওরকম হতেই পারে।
হ্যাঁ ম্যাম, এটা একটা প্রশ্ন ছিল আমার, আপনি কথাটা বললেন বলে, যে এটা আমি দেখছিলাম অনেক পেপারস থাকে যেখানে বলছে যে অ্যান্টিঅক্সিডেন্ট বা আমাদের মানে ফেনলস, ফ্ল্যাভোনয়েড, এগুলো দেখছি যে আমি যদি ইন্ডিয়াতে দেখি এরকম অনেক পেপার দেখেছি যে তারা বলছে 6 ডিফারেন্ট রিজিয়নের উপরে কাজ করেছে, মানে এটা মানে তাহলে
হতে পারে, বিকজ ডিফারেন্ট রিজন মানে কি, ডিফারেন্ট সয়েল কন্ডিশন, different climatic condition, different nutrients the plants are getting, different, so it will vary, so ওইটা দেখিয়ে দিচ্ছে, understood? So variations will be there, slight variations will be there.
আচ্ছা আচ্ছা ম্যাডাম, ঠিক আছে,
তখন misconductable না, একই জিনিস একই ডেটা তখন।
আর একটা কথা এখানে বলবো, মানে ও যে ইনিশিয়ালি একটা কথা বলছিল যে সেম স্যাম্পলের সাইজ সেম হতে পারে, কিন্তু স্যাম্পল ইমিডিয়েটলি আলাদা হয়ে যাচ্ছে যেই মোমেন্টে তুমি জিওগ্রাফিক্যাল লোকেশনস কিংবা আলাদা আলাদা,
আমি ওটাই বলছি।
আচ্ছা আচ্ছা ম্যাম, আচ্ছা আচ্ছা ম্যাম,
ডিফারেন্ট অসুবিধা নেই।
আচ্ছা আচ্ছা ম্যাম, ঠিক আছে ম্যাম, ঠিক আছে, থ্যাংক ইউ ম্যাম।
ওকে, আর কোনো প্রশ্ন আছে?
এনি কোয়েশ্চেনস?
ম্যাম আমার একটা প্রশ্ন ছিল।
হ্যাঁ বলো।
হ্যাঁ ম্যাম, বলছি যে হাউস হোল্ড সার্ভের ক্ষেত্রে, মানে যেখানে আমরা কোশ্চেনিয়ার দিয়ে ডেটা কালেকশন করছি, তো সেখানে কনফিডেন্সিয়ালিটি বা র্যাপো বিল্ডিং এগুলো ছাড়াও কোনো কি এথিক্যাল রুলস আছে? মানে আমি ইনফর্মড কনসেন্ট বলে একটা কথা শুনেছি, মানে সেখানে আমি কি অ্যাড করতে পারি ইনফর্মড কনসেন্টে? মানে আমার কাজ রিলিজিয়াস অ্যাটিটিউড নিয়ে আর মেন্টাল হেলথ নিয়ে ম্যাম।
ওকে, এটার ব্যাপারে পূর্বাদি তুমি একটু ভালো করে বলতে পারো মনে হচ্ছে।
এনাক্ষী, বেসিক থিং ইজ দ্যাট এখানে নিশ্চয়ই এথিক্স এর একটা ভীষণ রকম ব্যাপার আছে। ইট ডিপেন্ডস আপন যে দ্য কাইন্ড অফ কোয়েশ্চেন্স দ্যাট ইউ আর আস্কিং ইন আ হাউস হোল্ড সার্ভে। আজকের ইনফ্যাক্ট আমাদের সকালবেলার যে লেকচারটা ছিল, এই যে কোয়েশ্চেনের ডিজাইনিং, ওখানে তো উনি এটা খুব ভালো করেই বললেন, এবং ওটা মনে আছে নিশ্চয়ই তোমার। ওখানে উনি কি সুন্দর করে বললেন যে ইউ হ্যাভ টু ফার্স্ট বিল্ড ইন আ র্যাপো, and suppose you are and suppose you are going into some kind of a, তোমারটা তো না হয় ঠিক আছে অনেকটা মানে কি বলবো নিরীহ টপিক, সেই অর্থে মানে রিলিজিয়াস অ্যাটিটিউড হয়তো লোকে ডিসকাস করতে খুব একটা প্রবলেম হবে না, কিন্তু সাপোজ কেউ হয়তো ডোমেস্টিক ভায়োলেন্স নিয়ে কাজ করছে, তো সেখানে গিয়ে তুমি যদি প্রথমেই বলো যে আপনার হাজবেন্ড কি আপনাকে মারে, তো কোনো জায়গা থেকে তুমি এরকম ধরনের ঠিকঠাক উত্তর কিন্তু পাবে না। হ্যাঁ, তো সেখানে ইউ নিড, yes, there you need to be friends with that particular person, you need to build a rapport।
তিনটে প্রিন্সিপাল ফার্স্টে বললাম, ফার্স্টে যেটা তিনটে প্রিন্সিপাল বললাম, that should be always in mind whenever you do your research work। ওই তিনটে বেলমন্টে রিপোর্টে যে তিনটে জিনিস বললাম, রেসপেক্ট, বেনিফিসিয়েন্স এন্ড জাস্টিস, এই তিনটে জিনিসটা বেসিসই তোমার যে কোনো রিসার্চটা হতে পারে। আন্ডারস্টুড? আর স্পেশালি ইওর হিউম্যান সাবজেক্ট কে নিয়ে যখনই কাজ করবে, এই তিনটে জিনিস মাস্ট।
ওকে ম্যাম, থ্যাংক ইউ ম্যাম।
আর কোনো প্রশ্ন আছে? পূর্বাদি আর নেই মনে হচ্ছে, কেউ প্রশ্ন নেই মনে হচ্ছে।
আর প্রশ্ন কিছু নেই? ওকে ওকে,
ভালো লাগলো ম্যাম।
ঠিক আছে। হ্যাঁ, আন্না লক্ষ্মী, থ্যাংক ইউ সো মাচ বিকজ ইয়োর লেকচার ওয়াজ সো রিলেটেবল, এবং তুমি একদম নিজের রিয়েল লাইফ এক্সপিরিয়েন্সেস ফর ওয়ার্কিং ইন দ্য ল্যাব সেগুলোকে খুব সুন্দর করে রিলেট করে আমাদেরকে শেয়ার করলে। So once again, thank you so much, and we are so proud and happy to have you as our colleague, and they are also must be proud to have you as your teacher, as their teacher. So that's a very nice thing. So today our session ends, and you have 2 days holidays, so you relax. You people can relax now. And again,
thank you so much, Purvati. থ্যাংক ইউ সো মাচ আমাকে এটা চান্স দেওয়ার জন্য। প্লাস আমারও খুব ভালো লাগলো, অনেকদিন পরে এরকম একটা টক দিয়ে ভালো লাগলো। কেন কি এথিক্স তো we all know, but we follow or not, we ourselves sometimes don't know, you know. So these are all only the guidelines I can just say them, but for individual person it varies, individual study it varies, for individual life it varies, as a person it varies. So it's just a guideline only. আর আমার খুব ভালো লাগলো কি এরকম জিনিসটা বলে, আর আমি ভেবেছিলাম কি আমারই এক্সপিরিয়েন্সটা নিয়ে আমি বলি, দেন ইট উইল বি ভেরি গুড। আমারও ভালো লাগবে, আমার মানে রিসার্চের ব্যাপারে আমি ভাবলে আমারও ভালো লাগে, আর আমার স্টুডেন্টসকেও এগুলো বললে ওদেরও অনেক কিছু ভালো লাগে। তার জন্য আমি বাইরে থেকে দুটো এক্সাম্পলই দিলাম, বাকিগুলো আমারগুলোই আমি বলে দিলাম। Okay, students, all the best for your coursework and your future research. All the best. Bhalo thako.
Thank you,
bye.
ভালো থাকবেন।
Thank you, ma'am.
Bye, Purvadi.
হ্যাঁ, বাই বাই বাই, ভালো থেকো। চলো, আজকের দিন শেষ, আবার আমরা মানডে মিট করব।
ওকে ম্যাম।
ম্যাম, আমার একটা কোশ্চেন ছিল, বলছিলাম যে প্রেজেন্টেশনের যে ডেটগুলো ফেলা হয়েছে, ওটাকে কবেকার প্রেজেন্টেশন যদি আপনি
ডেট ফেলা হয়নি, প্রেজেন্টেশনের ওখানে দেখবে মানে টেন্টেড আছে, হ্যাঁ ভাগ করা আছে। ওটা কেউ চেঞ্জ করতে পারে, কেউ ইচ্ছে করলে মানে কোনো আর্টিস্টিক প্রেজেন্ট করলে। তোমার
ম্যাম কিছু শুনতে পাচ্ছি না ম্যাম আপনার কথা।
হ্যালো, শুনতে পাচ্ছো? তোমাদের ওইটা কিন্তু কোনো ডেটই মানে নেই, মানে তোমরা বেসিক্যালি দেখে নাও রুটিনের ভেতরে ফাঁক কোথায় আছে, হ্যাঁ সেই বেসিসে হতে পারে শনি রবিবার হতে পারে, তাতেও আমার নেই, স্যাটারডে সানডেও হতে পারে। এটা পুরোপুরি তোমাদের গাইডের উপরে থাকবে। আমি আজকেই মেল পাঠাবো তোমাদের রেসপেক্টিভ সুপারভাইজারদেরকে, আমি একটা ছক পাঠাবো, সেখানে ওই গুগল মিটের লিংক, মানে যেটা দিয়ে তোমরা মিট করবে, গুগল মিটের লিংক, ডেট, টাইম আর এটা দেবে, আর তোমার গাইডটা যা নাম্বার দেবে, রিভিউ অফ লিটারেচার আর এটাতে পিপিটিটাতে, ওটা আমি জমা নিয়ে নেবো। হ্যাঁ, আমার এটাতে মানে আর কোনো কাজ নেই, এটা সুপারভাইজার প্রোভাইড মি দ্য ইনফরমেশন।
ওকে ম্যাম।
হ্যালো, হ্যাঁ সেটা আমাদের প্রেজেন্ট করতে হবে কি ওই সেপ্টেম্বরের 30 তারিখের মধ্যে?
না, 30 তারিখ কি করে হয়ে গেল? ওরে বাবা, 30 তারিখের মধ্যে তো 24 তারিখের মধ্যে করতে হবে। 24,
সরি ম্যাম, হ্যাঁ 24 এর মধ্যে, মানে প্রেজেন্টেশন আমরা দেব তো?
তোমরা প্রেজেন্টেশন করবে তোমাদের নিজেদের সুপারভাইজারের কাছে, ঠিক আছে? মানে আমি একটা এক্সাম্পল দিচ্ছি, মানে ধরো না এই যে এখানে এতজন, তোমরা 14 জন করছো, তো এখানে ডাইরেক্টলি আমার আন্ডারে ওই রঞ্জন আছে, তাহলে রঞ্জনের সঙ্গে আমি একটা ডেট ফিক্স করব, একটা গুগল মিটের লিংক জেনারেট করব, দিয়ে ও আমার কাছে প্রেজেন্ট করবে, এবং ও একটা রিভিউ অফ লিটারেচার যেটা জমা দিয়েছে ওইটাতে, আর ওর পিপিটি প্রেজেন্টেশনের ওপরে ওই 50+50 ওই নাম্বারে নম্বর বসে। ধরে নাও এখানে লাইলা দির ছাত্রী আছে, শান্তা দি আছে,
আমি ভেবেছি বোধহয় সবার সামনে প্রেজেন্টেশনটা দেব।
আর যা সুপারভাইজার তারা।
হ্যালো ম্যাম, বলছি পিপিটির টপিকটা কি রিভিউ টপিকটাই হবে না যে কোনো ইচ্ছে মতো?
অ্যাবসলিউটলি, মানে আমাদের রেকর্ড রাখতে হবে, আমাদের একটা রেকর্ডটা রাখতে হবে। সুতরাং আমি ওই পিপিটি জমা নিচ্ছি, রিভিউ অফ লিটারেচার জমা নিচ্ছি, এসব রেকর্ড ইনফরমেশন গ্যাদার করা, মানে ইউজিসি নর্ম মেনে।
আচ্ছা
ম্যাম, বলছিলাম রিভিউ অফ লিটারেচারটা সাবমিট করার ডেট কি 24 সেপ্টেম্বরের মধ্যে?
15 না, অত দেরি করো না, তাহলে তোমার গাইড তো ওটাকে ইভ্যালুয়েট করে উঠতে পারবেন না। তোমরা যে পিপিটি প্রেজেন্ট করবে তার আগেই ওটা জমা করে দিও, যাতে ইভ্যালুয়েট করে আমি এর ভেতরে মার্কস গুলো পেয়ে যাই। মানে তোমাদের তো আর 28 তারিখে শুধু একটা পরীক্ষা হবে, এই সব মার্কস গুলো বসে আমরা রেজিস্ট্রারের কাছে গিয়ে সাইন করিয়ে নিলে তোমাদের পুরো ফর্মালিটিটা ওভার হয়ে যাবে, আর কি সার্টিফিকেটটা পেয়ে যাবে। ওটার জন্য ঝুলে থাকলে ওই সার্টিফিকেটটা দেরি হবে।
আচ্ছা ম্যাম, ঠিক আছে, থ্যাংক ইউ ম্যাম।
ওকে, ঠিক আছে, গুড নাইট। হ্যাঁ।